Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So, the Fed came out with their song and dance, raised interest rates as expected, but then came out with a very dovish stance. In other words, not being as aggressive rate hikes through the rest of the year. So that always points to the feeling that the economy is or inflation is stabilizing and it's not as bad as expected. We are still in a downward trend on the 8 hour, and you can see we're back in the moving averages here. So as I said yesterday, this 4300 area needs to give way. Once that gives way, then I would start looking for longer term longs and potentially a reversal of the trend of the downward trend. But it has been really messy this year, so you can see from the whole of the year it has been really messy. And there is another level we need to pay attention to, which is pretty much up here. But for now, this is looking really interesting. Now, if we just get down to the weekly, you'll see a big weekly engulfing bar. Look to the left, we've had a pin bar. So we've had a lot of structure here. Oscillators eased off quite nicely. Could be a flag for a bigger move. Could also just be a big range, so we head to the top of the range and then bounce. And so that's still kind of the volatility still here, as you can see by the bars. But at the moment, this is a big engulfing bar that is forming. We've still got some data today, and we've got non-farm payrolls tomorrow. So this weekly bar is everything it is going to show you. There's a couple of pin bars at this area, big engulfing bar. There is a lot of buying happening here, and that's all it's telling you. So the question is, when do you jump in with the bigger institutions that are buying? Right now, this is again the level we need to pay attention to, 4300. Not interested in jumping in long here. I want to see a crossover on the 3 hour, and then I want to see potentially a bit of a pullback, which we're going to look for now. And the pullback could come anywhere. So you can see there is so much. Look at all these tails here. Every one of these tails could offer a pullback. Now, what I would advise you to do is get onto your 15-minute chart, because there are 15-minute gaps everywhere, and there's one right here. So that is the scenario that I would be waiting for. I'd be waiting for the oscillators to grip the downside firstly. Also waiting for either a pullback or a situation where we treat this as a range. So you're going to need to see a break of 4300 and a retest of that on a higher time frame, and I'd prefer it on a 3 hour, to be honest, right now. And that would give me the confidence that we have a potential break to the upside. That is very much on the card. So that play is very much there. If we start looking at the hour, we've got to cross over the moving averages. We've broken the 155. I'd like to see a retest of the 155 as well. So that puts us into a really deep pullback around here. I doubt that's going to happen, to be honest. I think maybe, just sort of drift lower, wait for the moving averages to catch up with the data coming out today and tomorrow, and then based on that, either a complete meltdown or alternatively, a validation and a move up to the top of this trend line at 4400. But 4300 is the area to pay attention to. We get through that convincingly on a higher time frame, like a daily close above there, weekly close above there, even better. That is the line in the sand for me. Then I'm definitely looking at adding to long-term portfolios, as well as looking at a trend reversal. Not so much a trend reversal, but sort of a trend continuation of the bigger trend to the upside. So it's still a little bit cautious, but really starting to look interesting. So pay attention to those levels. Really watch out for those levels. Pay attention to what's going on, and still be cautious, because you've still got non-farm payrolls, which is always a big mover of the market as well. So let that happen, and then you should see from next week, sort of for the rest of the quarter, we probably find a direction, and I'm kind of the opinion it's going to be to the upside. Obviously, we just need to get through 4300. If we can't get through 4300, then more of the same for the next 3 months, which is going to be this chaotic up and down all over the place. Anyway, hope it helps you, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Enjoy your day. Cheers for now.